Today we're going to talk about careers in real estate with Tomas Barrientos, the managing broker for Casa Realty in Tulsa. It's a company that he founded in 2009. Tomas, would you explain to our students the difference between a broker and a sales associate and the different types of training you need for each license?
Yes, the sales associate has to work with a broker, and the broker is basically the manager of the office. I mean, he's the person that actually runs the office and the day-to-day operation. But the sales associate, I mean, in order to become sales associate, you have to get a license. It's a 90 hours that you have to take with the Oklahoma Real Estate Commission. And you will get a license that is going to be for a year. It's going to be called a provisional sales associate. Once you pass that year, it's going to become a full sales associate. And then you're going to be renewing your hours, your CEs every 3 years. Mm-hmm. So basically the sales associate, I mean, the broker can also sell, but the main focus of the broker is to run the office, to work with all the realtors or sales associates. So that's basically the difference between the two. And to become a broker, you have to, after the 3 years, you can actually do another 90 hours. It's going to be more in depth, the testing, in order to become the broker. But to become the broker, you also have to set up a company name and all of that. So, I mean, you have to be, and the broker is the person responsible liability-wise and all of that if something happened with the sales associate. So there's a lot more responsibility for the broker than the sales associate.
So basically, you're the owner. You basically run the business,
right? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Besides residential real estate that most people are familiar with, would you talk a little bit about opportunities and careers in commercial real estate?
Yeah, commercial is huge. It's a totally different ballpark. But your license, I mean, when you become licensed in Oklahoma, you can sell commercial, you can sell land too, and residential, of course. Mm-hmm. Commercial, when you become a commercial expert in real estate, I mean, there's different avenues because some people, they become experts in apartment complexes, industrial real estate, warehouses, or shops, things like that. So a lot of the commercial realtors, I mean, they take a different avenue of what they sell because that's the expertise. In order to value a commercial property, you need to understand, I mean, the type of property that you're selling on the commercial side. But your license, I mean, will allow you to sell a commercial, residential, and land. But there's a lot of opportunity for commercial as well. So,
Are there brokers that deal specifically just in commercial? Or
yes, and normally I do commercial, but it's not my forte. Mm-hmm. But I understand a lot of apartment complexes. I understand a lot about offices, shopping centers. I understand a lot about that part. Industrial is not my forte in the commercial side, but there are some commercial realtors that they just specialize in commercial. They don't really sell residential; they just sell commercial.
So you could go into whatever area interested you in particular.
Correct.
Okay, that's really great. A lot of students that I talk to have a goal of buying their own home as soon as they possibly can once they've gotten their education and started their careers. Could you just talk a little bit about what kids need to understand when they go out and start looking to buy their own home, financial aspects of it, and some of the other considerations that they need when they look at a house?
Yes, I mean, when you actually graduate from high school, I mean, a lot of lenders, I mean, they're going to make sure that you have 2 years in taxes. I mean, that you can prove that you have enough income to pay for the real estate property. Mm-hmm. Right now is probably the best time to purchase a real estate because the interest rate is still really low. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, several years ago, I mean, we were talking about interest rate in the 8%, 9%. Right now, we're still in the 4%, 4.5%. So it's a great time to buy real estate. But basically, I mean, just having a steady income, not overspending beyond your limits. I mean, I recommend people that if you are qualified for $100,000 to buy a house, I mean, do not go all the way to your limits. I mean, just be conservative because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. I mean, you might lose your job, and then you don't want to be in a situation where you may not be able to pay for your investment. So that's my recommendation to someone who just graduated and wants to buy real estate.
Now, besides the real estate agent or helping them, you can represent buyers at times, can't you, as well? Because a lot of people, I think, need help evaluating the house, whether it's a fair price or not, or looking at a house and making sure the plumbing's right and everything.
Right. Yeah, we help buyers. We help sellers. I mean, we try to make the process really smooth for a first-time buyer. I mean, we take into the title companies that is going to represent them to do all the title work when they buy a property. We also recommend to do inspections on those houses. We do the evaluation of the homes, I mean, to make sure that it's a real fair price. I mean, they're not overpaying for something. Banks, I mean, when you actually getting financing, I mean, the banks are going to hire an appraisal too. They're going to make sure that the value of the home is a fair price, and what you're paying for the house is within the appraised value. Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't want to overpay something that it doesn't appraise for that value.
So how much should people be prepared to pay for like appraisals and things to get started before they can actually complete the transaction?
There's a lot of stuff that we can help. We can actually help negotiate with the seller to pay closing costs. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, like, there's different type of programs. FHA will allow you to ask the seller to pay up to 6% in closing costs. A conventional financing, up to 3% in closing costs. But there are some costs that you have to prepay, like the appraisal. I mean, the appraisal is normally about $500. I mean, sometimes $450 depending on the lender. Your inspections too. I mean, the inspection can run between $300, $500, depending on what you want to inspect on a house, and depending on the type of financing too. So at the beginning, yes, I mean, you have to have some funds available for the appraiser. You have to have some funds available for the inspections, and again, I mean, that's going to depend on the lender and what type of inspection you want to do.
Okay. So if somebody's going to sell real estate, let's take the other side of it here. If you're going to go out and sell real estate, what all do you do to prepare the house, and what do you my big thing is it's a very personal thing, and it's hard to set prices when you go to sell real estate. How do you advise people when they look at that?
Right now, the market has shifted. Now it's a seller's market, so the inventory is limited right now. So there's a lot of buyers right now and not enough homes. So right now to sell, I mean, we get a lot of houses that we put on the market, and we get multiple offers. A lot of the time because they're a really good deal, or they're really not that many houses in that neighborhood, and there's a lot of buyers looking for in that neighborhood. So, and houses that are vacant, we try to talking to the seller to stage the house in some way that it looks really appealing to the buyers. So we send people that they're specializing in staging homes, so it looks very appealing. We do a comparable marketing analysis to our sellers, so they know here's a different type of homes that has sold in your neighborhood. This is what we suggest for you to list your property. So we do help in a lot of different areas. I mean, when selling a house.
That's really good. One of the things I found interesting in your background is you were trained as an engineer, and you actually have a master's degree from the University of Tulsa. Then you went out and got an MBA. What made you change from engineering and a STEM career to real estate?
To be honest, it was family. I had kids, and real estate allows me to have more freedom to go to my kids' events. I mean, at school with engineering, I was traveling a lot. I was all the time out of town. I wasn't able to be close to family all the time. Mm-hmm. But real estate is just, it's been my passion all the time, real estate, because I was doing also investing in real estate, but also allows me more freedom. I mean, just being with the family, just go to my kids' school presentations, and also get involved with the community too, with the Hispanic community as well. But before, I mean, I was just working and working, and when you are a real estate sales associate or you are a broker, you're working for yourself. I was working for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So
you started out as a sales associate for several years before you went
that's
out.
correct.
So how long did you work as a sales associate before you started your own company?
Since 2005, I mean, I became sales associate, and then I became a broker in 2009.
Mm-hmm. And that was your goal to have your own company?
Yes. Yeah, I just wanted, my wife, she always was an entrepreneur, so, I mean, we kind of help each other to do something for ourselves. So
that's great. That's really great. If somebody was in high school and thought they wanted to go on and build a career in real estate, what kind of classes would be most helpful to them in high school, and do they need to go on into college, or at least get an associate's degree or something? I mean, is what sort of things do you think are important to be a good real estate agent or broker?
Yes, I mean, you have to finish your high school degree. I mean, don't quit your high school degree before becoming a real estate agent. I mean, you're gonna need tools. I mean, to become a person that is gonna be organized and a person that's gonna help yourself to develop a career in real estate. So I went to college as well, and that also helped me to see that I was getting more training. I mean, the more training that you get, even if you go to high school or if you go to college, I mean, everything is going to be a training for yourself, for your life, and for you to develop whatever career you're going to develop in your life. I chose real estate, again, because it gave me freedom, but school gave me the tools, I mean, to become a manager of a company, and to deal with, I mean, in the daily basis, you're gonna deal with different type of personality, different type of people, tools, technology. With the technology changing in the daily basis, I mean, you have to keep up with all of that. I mean, you cannot stay back and not make changes in your career. So that's what I'm thinking.
It sounds like it's a continual education
It's a
process.
continual education, so I mean, do not quit your high school. I mean, if you can continue college, I mean, go forth.
I had several students who graduated from Tulsa Tech that I talked to, and graduated and had degrees actually in engineering and started their careers, and they're already out looking to buy rental properties. They think they're great investments, and they're having some success with it. I was really surprised that young people that young would start doing that. What kind of advice would you have for young people about rental properties, and what do they think they need to know?
Yeah, I mean, when you buy a rental property, I mean, do your homework first. I mean, understand what the market is. I mean, you don't want to buy a property where there's not that much rental activity in a neighborhood, that there's not as much rental activity. You want to do your homework. You want to know what kind of repairs, I mean, you have to do before getting someone into a rental home. You have to be prepared to get phone calls in the middle of the night that something breaks, and then you have to send somebody to get that fixed. So you have to be prepared on that. If you're gonna try to buy multiple rental properties, I mean, I would suggest you try to have somebody else to help you with the management of the multiple rental property. But if it's only one or two, I mean, I suggest that you start doing that yourself. I mean, do your homework and be ready that, I mean, you're gonna have to do multiple repairs in the middle of the night. So.
Okay. Well, we're going to have opportunities for our students to apply for question and answer sessions that we're going to schedule on the website. They'll be done video classrooms, and we'd like you to participate in that.
Most definitely.
And any students that are interested, they can sign up on our newsletter, and we will send them when we post it, or they can go on the site and they'll see under the Q&A sessions schedules of things that'll be coming up in the future.
Perfect.
Look, I really appreciate you meeting with us. I think it was very interesting, and I'm sure that it'll be well received by a lot of the students on the site.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks very much. I mean, for your time, your questions, any question that anyone may have in real estate, I'll be happy to answer.
Okay, well, thank you very much.